Mr. President. Members, the A211 amendment creates policy that provides for non-allowance of the barbaric practice of partial birth abortions in the state of Minnesota. We have seen in this bill, Mr. President, that the extreme Democrats, with their extreme policies around this issue, have ripped up the guardrails of protection for Minnesota's babies, mothers, and girls. And this is not where Minnesotans are at. We have in federal law a protection. In 2003, the Partial Birth Abortion Ban Act of 2003 was passed, Mr. President, and then subsequently interpreted properly and upheld by a court in 2007 by the U.S. Supreme Court. And it's been the law of the land and the federal level since. This extreme bill will allow the barbaric practice of partial birth abortions to wreak havoc upon the lanes and freeways and homes and schools and everywhere in the state of Minnesota. So this amendment is designed to make certain that we provide these protections so this barbaric practice cannot happen in our great state. Mr. President, I would offer an amendment to the amendment. It is the A213 amendment.
Senator Drazkowski offers an amendment to the amendment, which is identified as the A213 amendment. The Secretary will report the amendment to the amendment.
Senator Drazkowski moves to amend the A211 amendment to House File Number 1 as follows. Page 1, delete line 4, and insert. This is the A213 amendment.
To your amendment, to the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. President. The A213 amendment provides more substance and definition so that the amendment is fully articulated. And you can see some of the descriptions there of that barbaric process. One, I think that Minnesotans and Americans should not be proud of, should be ashamed that we've had this type of practice happen in our state and country. Members, I handed out earlier a handout of a diagram that shows the partial birth abortion process. This was developed by an abortionist from Ohio, and it shows you graphically how at least one type of partial birth abortion happens. And so that is there for you to see and understand. These are abortions that happen in the second and third trimester all the way up to the point of birth. And this amendment protects Minnesota babies and mothers and girls from this barbaric practice. I encourage you to support the amendment. Mr. President, encourage members to support the amendment. I stand for questions and look forward to the conversation. Thank you, Mr. President.
Point of order.